Shut up and sit down.
Welcome. This is the Guardians of the Gridiron, episode 4, coming to you live from Columbus, Ohio. Check us out on Twitter at FFGuardians and Instagram at FFGuardians. So let's give a little recap, a little bit of history before we start diving into our week 1 matchups.
Build some characters here.
Yeah. So we're a collective group of friends out of Columbus, Ohio. This is our 4th year doing our fantasy football league together with our friends. 4. We wanted to take it to the next level and kind of give share our excitement and our fun with everybody else, and at the same time give good helpful advice and fantasy football news to everybody out there. But let's go over. What do you think? Year 1 winner right here.
Year 1 winner right here, Uncle Tom. Fantasy football enthusiast. I'm kind of like the stat guy of the crew.
It's the old guy of the crew.
Old guy of the crew. That's why they call me Uncle Tom. Don't plan on being Father Tone anytime soon. Don't show this to Kenya, my girlfriend. But anyway, kind of the stat guy of the crew. I just take in all the fantasy football knowledge all day long. I like giving it out as well. Hit us up on Twitter for any advice, any start sit, waiver wire advice. Happy to give it. I was a season 1 winner. I put this league together. I'm your fearless commissioner. But since then, I haven't been doing so hot. Last year, I started out 0-5. Not great. Went David Johnson, Jordan Howard, Kenyon Drake. It was a rough year for me. And I'm coming back for some vengeance this year. In my week 1 matchup, I went against the Macho Man Randy Savage, who was year 2 winner 2 years ago.
Ranger the Robot.
And last year we both shit a brick. We were trash. I think Randy ended up getting like second to last place in our toilet bowl or whatever.
Actually, it was me. I beat Bang Hart in the toilet bowl.
Yeah. But hey, that's hearsay. Week 1 matchup, so I had the second pick of the draft. I went with Christian McCaffrey, Julio, Travis Kelce. That's kind of like the core of my squad. I'm building around it. I got some other good pieces. My man Randy, he went Zeke, number 4, which was very risky at the time, but right now it's looking okay. I think he came back with Mixon and Evans. So that's kind of the core of his team. He's also got Sonny Michel, fucking Derrick Henry. I was a little nervous going into it. I was actually in Montana for work. I was catching a flight. I wasn't able to watch the 1 o'clock games. I was in the air. I land and my brownies are just getting destroyed by the Titans. First thing I see is a message pop up from Randy. That stings twice as hard, he said. I think that was after a Derrick Henry 80-yard touchdown catch against my Brownies.
I think it was 75. But
75.
Who's counting?
No. We want to be accurate. Yeah. It was 75. I don't know how that big motherfucker just tears off these big-ass touchdown runs. But he does.
Freak.
He is a freak.
He's the fastest kid alive.
He's the fastest big man alive. As fastest tight end I've ever seen. But anyways, that stings twice as hard is what he said. But you know what else stings twice as hard? When you draft your team, the Bengals, Randy's a Cincy diehard Bengals fan, drafts Joe Mixon in the 2nd round, playing against me. Joe Mixon out in the second quarter.
I was out
with 2 points.
I wanted no part of Mixon.
I didn't either. I didn't want any part of the Bengals, period.
Me neither. But you know what? John Ross. Waiver wire pickup of the week.
Yeah. Okay.
I was talking a lot of shit about John Ross, but he's on my squad now, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, he got off to a hot start, but my second pick, the second pick of the draft, Christian McCaffrey.
Your little CMC, baby.
My little CMC. How many points did he give me?
39.9.
Thank you, Seti.
He had 19 carries for 128 yards, 2 touchdowns, 10 catches on 11 receptions, and 81 yards.
CMC's going for 2,000 rushing, 1,000 in the air. I'm calling it right here.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see what happens. It's a bold prediction.
If Norv Turner keeps running that
it's a bold prediction.
1 yard out from the end zone.
A few other notables. I had David Montgomery as my second running back. He got 6 carries, gave me 5 points. He's gonna be on ice for a few weeks until I see fucking Matt Nagy take that goddamn visor off and play your fucking hits, man. Play your stars. Until that point, he'll be on my bench. He might be a league winner along with Singletary. I got him as well.
We can hope.
Julio, thank God, and Tyler Lockett both caught kind of fluky touchdowns that saved me. I'm not gonna lie. Same with D.B. Westbrook. I got lucky with a lot of one-off touchdowns. But I'm gonna take it. I'm 1-0.
So before we dive into my matchup, how about we roll Randy's take real quick from you and his matchup?
Yeah, let's roll Randy's take. See what he has to say.
Yeah.
I guarantee he's talking some shit.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yo, Guardians of the Gridiron. Honestly, I almost forgot to make this little recap video. I'm walking my dog and he just took a fat shit, which made me think about Anthony naturally, because he's a piece of shit. And he got me this week. Started off real strong in the early games. Derrick Henry just going off, dropping heat on them brownies, which was just great to see. And then them second games hit, and what do you know it? Dirty Joe Mixon. He gonna fuck me, and he fucked me good. 2 fucking points out of my second running back. And you got Mike Evans coming through. Now I don't put the blame on Mike Evans. I put the blame on, you guessed it, Mr. Turd Ferguson himself, Jameis fucking Winston. Motherfucker throws the football like he's got lobster hands. And that's funny because he used to steal lobsters in college. Y'all remember that. But yeah, so that didn't go too well for me. The rest of the day didn't go great. Sonny Michel really kind of flopped out on me, but I still got confidence in him, Anthony. So quit trying to lowball me on your fucking deals. You heard me. I'm calling you out. Next week, it's Seti Wopped. About to get Seti Womped. I'm coming for that ass, boy. So be ready. I still like my team. I think we're going to show out. We just need a little time to collect ourselves, get back to it. And Ranger the Robot, coming in hot from Memphis, Tennessee. We're going all the way to the top, getting back to the promised land and getting ring number 2 this year. So I'll just be ready. I ain't playing no games.
All right. But back to my matchup against the North Hollywood Nymphos, aka Zach Johnson. Mm-hmm. He messed me up with Pat Mahomes. Biggest goose egg that he laid was Adrian Peterson with a big fat
Yikes.
0. This dude played an inactive running back on his roster because he had 5 QBs and only 2 running backs.
Yeah.
Poor decision making.
He reached out to me, the commissioner. He claimed that he was in the air flying back to LA when he was inactive, but I don't know if I believe him because I think at the beginning of the day they said Adrian Peterson was inactive.
It was around 11 a.m.
Regardless, you got to pay attention. You got to let me know if you're gonna be unavailable to internet. You got to be smarter than that,
right.
CJ.
Way smarter. But back to our matchup. Yeah, Pat Mahomes did damage against me. Keenan Allen did a lot against me. Keenan Allen popped off.
8 for 10.
He had 8 for 10, 123 yards and a touchdown. That hurt. The rest of his team was they were slacking. They were weak.
We were watching that Texans game, and Will Fuller had that behind-the-back catch in the first quarter. I thought this dude was going to pop off on you. Yeah. But I think that might have been one of his only catches.
He's very boom and bust. He only had 2 catches for 69 yards, and most of the yards were off.
That first catch was some Jesus shit. That was like Eli in the Super Bowl.
This guy's going to retire one day with like a yards per catch average of just like 35 yards.
He will. He's the ultimate boom or bust.
Yeah. But anyways, the headbang gang, my team ended up winning 152 to 114. I had a lot of double-digit scorers on my team. Cam Newton, 7 points, awful. He's getting cut, by the way. Tune in to see who I take for him.
I think we got a good idea.
James Conner is up next. He had a really bad week. James Conner did.
And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of predicting another rough one from him this week.
I think
Seahawks.
You may be right, but I think one thing that they didn't do enough in the Patriots game is they didn't get him the ball.
No,
they didn't give him a chance to get in the rhythm.
And
like they should.
They might pull ahead early. So we'll see what happens.
We will see, yeah.
I just know the Seahawks.
I think it's gonna be a great game.
Seahawks defensive backs are kind of rough, but they got a nice linebacker core with Bobby Wagner in the middle. I think they're going to eat up the run all year and really hurt in the passing game. Which is good for you. You got Juju going. So.
But speaking of the Seahawks, my other running back, Chris Carson, really high on this guy. Got a lot of shares in him.
Yeah, you got a lot.
He went
of
off.
shares.
He did his thing. He had 2 touchdowns for me. One in the air, one on the ground.
I dropped Rashad Penny right after this game.
Because you were
If
sick.
that's saying anything.
You're
That's saying anything.
There's no.
This dude's not getting it.
No. Chris Carson's a monster.
He's nice.
He looked really good.
He's nice.
When you see him, he's a man out there running the ball.
He is.
That's
He's
a man
not fucking
running at
around.
you. Right.
He's not fucking around.
He's a physical specimen.
Did you guys see that footage of him with that little slide
That
thing? he did?
slide.
I retweeted it on our Twitter.
That-
Go check it out if you want.
FF
Carson is sliding into everybody's fantasy W's like that.
Yeah.
Right in there. Nice
And if you live in Seattle, he's probably sliding into your girl's DM like
just like that.
But put her shit on private, bro.
Carson is definitely a milestone member of my team. Coming up next is Michael Thomas, my number 1 overall pick. That guy is just money every
He's got to
week.
be the
Week in
safest
and
NFL
week out.
player there is.
Him and Hopkins, I think they're 1 and 2. Honest to God, they're great. They're money every week. 10 catches, 13 targets for 123 yards, 19 points.
Mm-hmm.
That's big time balling.
It is.
Right there.
It is.
Big time balling. Up next, Robert Woods, target machine, 8 catches on 13 targets, 70 yards. And he even had 2 carries for 16 yards.
Speaking of safe, Robert Woods is safe.
Yeah.
This dude, he's not boom or bust.
He's right.
He might not score a touchdown, but he's probably getting about 8 targets.
He's 10 to 20 points.
He's probably catching about 70% of those targets. And he's going to be a safe bet for you every week.
Oh, definitely.
So here's the things about that Rams passing offense versus what we were talking about with Steelers and Connor.
Yeah.
It's like, play your hits.
Oh,
Like, get Connor the ball out of the backfield.
They need to.
McCaffrey, get him the ball out of the backfield. The Rams are always like Kupp, Robert Woods, who's the other homeboy out there?
Cooks.
Cooks.
Brandon
Yes.
Cooks.
Yeah, stud. Those 3 guys always have 95
Dude,
to
They're like the fucking Beach Boys out there.
Their snap
having a good
count,
time.
they're always playing, they're out there on the field they're sticking to their game plan because they execute. They don't switch it up. You're not watching the game acting like, why are the Rams not playing their football? They play their game. They stick to their game plan.
They
That's
do.
why
They play
Woods
their hits.
is somebody you can always count on. Because I had him
Week
last
in
year.
and week out, yes.
I got him on that trade from you.
You did.
But,
Gronk, I thought I pulled one over on you.
Not quite. But moving on, old man Delaney Walker, he may be old, but still doesn't need a walker yet. Came through with 2 touchdowns for me. That was huge, honestly.
That was huge.
That was like the nail in the coffin. I knew I was winning when I saw Delaney was going off. Because up next, Josh Jacobs. Love this dude. 23 carries, 85 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he had 1 reception for 29 yards.
First rookie running back.
Yes.
With, what was it? 150 yards and a touchdown.
100 scrimmage yards and 2 touchdowns in week 1, their first start of their NFL career.
Since LaDainian Tomlinson.
Good company there.
It's great company.
But he was my first flex. My second flex was T.Y. Hilton, who I didn't even draft looking back till like the 7th round. T.Y. Hilton fell to the 7th round to me. Can you believe that? That's insane.
I think it was the 6th.
It might have been the 6th, 7th, it doesn't matter because that dude balled out. 8 catches on 9 targets, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He would be a
24.7
big sell high candidate for me.
I'm right.
This dude averages about 6-7 touchdowns a year. He had 2.
We don't know what the new Colts looks like still. We're just now seeing him.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get better with Brissett instead of Andrew Luck.
Dude, that run game solid with Marlon Mack.
They made a lot of moves on their offensive line.
Their offensive line is stacked.
they're running
He
good.
has a lot of time to pass the ball, Brissett.
Yeah.
I'm not against the Colts right now. I think they're gonna have
They're
a
good.
decent season. I
Yeah,
think
they
they're gonna
will.
be in a lot of games. Andrew Luck obviously is like a phenomenal quarterback and it sucks losing him.
You know,
but
condolences, but it's time to move on.
they have somebody
Brissett's gonna
he can manage games,
He
he'll
can
step
manage
in and
He's probably going to be a solid fantasy.
As
player
long
for
as he
low-
doesn't
low-
go
very low
Jameson
floor.
and throw 2
Very low ceiling as
interceptions,
well.
if he's safe with the rock, they got a chance. I think one of the best bench riders in our league is Allen Robinson. Talk about Allen Robinson.
That first game of the NFL season, watching the Bears and Green Bay play, I was really happy with what I saw out of Allen
13 targets.
He was making moves. He had 7 catches for 102 yards, but those were grown man catches out there.
They were.
I watched the highlights the next day.
Yeah.
Those weren't easy catches he was making because those weren't exactly the best throws he was
They're
getting.
sideline behind him.
Yeah.
Between the three of us, I am the biggest Trubisky hater. I think this dude is trash. The Bears picked Trubisky over Mahomes and Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
that's gotta fucking hurt because
that was a terrible
because
draft
if
for
the
them.
Bears had Deshaun Watson, that's a Super Bowl caliber team.
Oh, easily. That defense is mean.
Oh, but Mr. Shepdog over here, what do you think about Trubisky?
I think, well, obviously, I watched that first game and he looked like garbage. I'll admit that. But he also had the lowest count, like snap count, in the preseason this year for starting quarterbacks. Okay. And I'm not the only person that believes in him because he was the highest. He was like one of the highest bets in Vegas to win MVP this year.
Sure. That's stupid.
So,
but hey, at the end of the day,
I got
Cedric the Entertainer over here got a W. And if you're keeping count, you're taking advice from the three of us. That makes 1, 2, 3.
We were all eating W's over here.
Crab legs over here. Crab legs.
All right, but to wrap that up, we should see ZJ's reaction video, you guys.
Yeah.
This guy was hurt.
This dude's
after that
tilting
W.
hard.
He just
Tilting
tilted.
hard.
So let's take a look at that.
All right, man. All my shit's falling apart week 1, so not really sure where we go from here. I need a fucking running back. I need like 6 running backs. Nobody wants a quarterback. I think they're onto my strategy, and they know that eventually I have to drop somebody to fucking make room to put somebody else in if I'm smart. But fuck it. I'm a gambler, man. Also, my Browns prediction, I'm sticking to it. I'm a man of my word. It's almost like when, I trained all summer with my son, and I told everybody, yeah, man, he's a fucking boxing champion, and he goes out and he gets the shit knocked out of him in the first fucking 5 seconds. And I'm like, damn, yeah. But I'm sure it'll all pan out. Everything always fucking seems to. So I ain't worried about shit. Browns, 11-5. North Hollywood Nymphos. However many games we play, I'll lose 3 of them, but I'm gonna win the rest. Champ is here. I left my belt in Ohio so that I wouldn't forget it when I fly back to Ohio after I win it this year. So, still here, still delusional as fuck, and it just might work. See you later. See you next fucking week. Don't know who I'm playing, but you're gonna lose. Oh yeah, congratulations to 40 Bones and them guys. They did great this week. That's really all that happened. That's really all that happened. So yeah, fuck everything else that I said. North Hollywood Nymphos, we ain't losing another fucking game. Browns going to the Super Bowl. Let's go.
All right, so obviously you guys can see ZJ's tilting hard. I don't think this strategy is going to work out well this year, but
No.
it's a long season.
I don't
16
think so.
weeks. If he gets active on the waiver wire with some trades,
We'll see if anybody
he doesn't
wants to.
have a lot of trade bait other than Lamar Jackson. He better
Or
start dealing.
Pat Mahomes. He needs to deal Pat.
One of the
You
two.
can still play with.
No one wants
You
Rivers.
can still start Lamar. You can start
Baker.
Rivers.
He needs a big game out of Baker.
What's that?
Baker.
He needs a big game.
You can
out of
start
You can
any of his
start
quarterbacks.
Baker.
You
Yeah.
might as well pitch the best
But
one.
Pat's the only one you can get real value for.
Yeah.
Which is what I tried to explain to you.
But you know what? Fuck giving advice to the reigning champion. We'll let you figure it out for yourself, CJ.
Have fun, buddy.
Shep Dog, let's hear a little bit about you.
Yeah, let's hear about Shep Dog's team and his matchup from last
Well, I had the last pick of the draft this year. So last year I made the playoffs.
Wait, 1 second. This is a 10-man league,
Yeah.
half-point PPR,
2 flex.
2 flexes,
5 bench.
5 bench. Yeah.
Nerfed
But-
kickers.
Yeah, kickers are devalued.
Yeah.
We're getting rid of them soon. I'm voting on that.
We're putting them in the trash.
Every year we kind of change the format, and I think we might have found the best one,
Yeah.
minus the kicker.
Minus
So,
the kicker.
It looks like we're going to be changing it again next
Yeah.
year.
We fucked with the IDP.
Yeah,
and
they didn't like it. Yeah.
Back to Shep Dog.
Yeah.
So
Take it away.
10th pick of the draft. Like I said, last year I made the playoffs. Todd Gurley's goddamn knees kind of killed my momentum. So bless him this year.
Bless them knees, as Grandpa Jack would say.
Grandpa Jack, you'll see some of his teams moving forward. He's got a nice team. I like
He's got a
his
nice
team.
squad.
He has a good team.
I'm being
On paper.
being the Cleveland boy that I am. I took Nick Chumbawamba with the number 1 pick.
I know. He actually hates Cleveland.
Look at that.
Yeah, well, you know. Everybody from Cleveland hates it and loves it at the same time. Ask anybody.
Yeah.
Number 2 pick, right back to back with that, I took Juju. So that just shows how, I went with the Steelers player. But
He's a gamer. You gotta love Juju.
yeah, I like
If you're a
gamers.
gamer,
So I got Juju, and now I have Hollywood Brown on the bench. So I have all the gamers. I'm collecting people who hang out in the Oasis. My biggest pick I have is Eckler and Ingram. I think Eckler's gonna just keep popping off.
Eckler's probably might be the best pick of the draft. He got him in the 5th or 6th round. I can't really remember. How many points did he have week 1?
He had me 37.4.
Yeah, that's a lot.
4 off some huge runs.
And I wasn't
Just,
surprised by that.
I'm looking over their schedule real quick right now, and the only really tough matchup I see for them is week 8 against the Chicago Bears. Other than that, this dude should be.
What's the next 4 matchups?
Detroit this week, week 2. Week 3 against the Houston Texans, who couldn't keep the Saints out of field goal range with 30 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be happy with this one. Week 4, Miami.
Yeah.
That's
So,
going to be
I
a
like
good
it.
one.
I like
My advice, my expert advice, wait till week 4, let them put up 30 against Miami, and trade them high before Melvin comes in week 6. That's just me, though. I know your plan, you want to ride them out, do you? But
We'll see what happens.
Let's see.
See, I play it week to week. I do play it week to week very much. That's why you can go and look at all the people off my roster already. I got.
Dropped 6 people in the first
this
week.
dude was tilting so
It's
hard
not-
in the first half.
It's not even that. I scoop them. I drop.
Who would you drop, though? Tell him.
I dropped Howard for Philly.
Jordan Howard.
Jordan
I
Howard.
dropped Robbie What's Crappin' and Anderson.
Robbie Anderson.
Robbie Anderson.
Now, since then I've dropped Pettis and Goodwin from San
Oh, I
Francisco.
think you're missing one
You're
guy.
missing a
here.
big name. Did you drop him before the game or in the
I
first
In
half?
the middle of the game.
Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun
In-
Jackson.
I don't regret it one bit because
Let me see here. Deshaun
I'm just not
Jackson.
sold on him, dude. I got burned by him before.
The number 7 score in half PPR week 1 with 31 points.
My dude has, but then you see I got number 3 and I have number 6 on there too, Deshaun Watson.
You know what sounds a lot better? 3, 6, and 7, but whatever.
So Deshaun can ball, no doubt, but I got Alshon already. So, and I like Alshon's floor more than I like Deshaun's floor.
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I would
Safe
agree.
floor. Safe
Yeah.
floor.
That's my whole point on that. Now maybe it would be
I
cool
will
to have
say
him
you
around to trade
you
him
missed the trade op there.
Yeah.
for sure.
But
But
hey, you gotta take risks.
You
at the
do.
same time, let's see who I drop him for.
Tell them your philosophy. Why you drop these players mid-game.
I'm pretty sure I dropped him for Sutton from Denver, and he I think is going to be a baller this year. And my philosophy is I'm dropping people mid-game because we have the ability to pick up people who haven't played yet. So if I'm seeing something that I don't like out of a player, and I'm seeing something on the waiver wire who has potential later in the game, I'm trying to pick him up as an early waiver wire pickup, so I don't have to, because we play FAB, I don't have to pay money for him, like when it comes.
Free agent acquisition budget. So he looks at the 4 o'clock games, the Sunday night games, the Monday games, see who's on the waiver, and picks them up just in case they pop off. He
Right.
doesn't have to spend fab on them.
Right, and I mean, there's a couple people I usually try to keep 3 people on my bench that I'm riding for a couple weeks, give them a chance, and then I have a couple spots on the bottom of it where they're if your ass is grass if you ain't performing, and I like right now I don't have
Tough
a kicker.
love.
I don't have a kicker on my
Tough
roster.
love. He's like the Patriots over there. Once you start underperforming, we're not giving you a celebratory
Yeah.
contract. You're getting the fuck out of here.
There's no goodbye tour.
No goodbye tour
No,
from
man.
this guy.
This is I'm not.
So week 1, he was actually going against the first pick of the draft, Dr. Faggot, who was Tom. Tom was in our league the first season, dropped out for
Took
a
a
couple
bit of a
of years.
hiatus.
He made a campaign to get back in, and you know what? We gave it to him. We don't have to go
He's a
into it,
dentist
but we
now.
did get some dues from one player. got the boot, just like the Patriots.
And Tom's a dentist now, so like
He's got the money. And honestly, it's easy money, so
Yeah.
come on in. So he went Saquon.
Wait, I think we've got a bit of breaking news right now, if you guys don't mind me interjecting. Breaking news. There's just a waiver wire made on our league. Jared Cook was just picked up and Kirk Cousins was dropped. Yeah.
I figured that was happening. I am very surprised that Jared Cook ever hit the
I'm
waiver wire.
surprised
If I didn't have Travis Kelce.
That was bang hard.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Matt had him.
Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He's,
You like that?
So Matt's in our league. Matt's in our league. What's this? His second or third?
This is his third season.
Matt is a pretty.
I mean,
we brought him in. We didn't really know him. You knew him, but he has like a high floor competitive. Like he does his
High fantasy.
He's got a fantasy podcast as well. You can check him out. But he had OJ Howard, which we're filming this on Friday. Week 2. We watched the Thursday night game last night. OJ Howard laid a goose. A big fat 0. We watched the whole game. I don't think I saw this motherfucker one time.
I didn't even.
I think I saw him do a pass interference, and that was about it.
Yeah, offensive pass interference.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah. So Jared Cook's a great pickup from him.
It was.
I should have snagged him.
Really good timing too, because I'm playing Matt, and I know he can't use Cook against me. So.
There you go.
Oh, so he put that 0 up on you last
Yeah,
night.
he did.
He had Jameis playing too, so like.
Matt's gonna go. I'm calling it out. Matt's going 0-2.
You got Tyreek. Tyreek got hurt week 1.
Yes, him.
He's got sick. The Lizard.
The Lizard King.
Yeah. Back to your week 1 matchup. What happened? How'd you pull it out? Scoring champion this week.
Eckler killed it for me. I got Damian Williams, played pretty well.
You did.
Got a touchdown. My guys just got an end zone, and that's what that's what matters for me right now. Deshaun Watson, I'm banking on him all year. He's a G, stays healthy. But yeah, I'm really happy about that.
Yeah. Notable against him, he had Saquon, who gave him, only put up 18 against you. You kind of got lucky there. Adam Thielen went against him. Kirk Cousins threw the ball 10 times.
Wait, let's hold up real quick. I got lucky against Saquon because he had 11 carries for 120 yards. Why are they not just running it 30 times versus the Cowboys? Saquon was like getting 10 yards a carry.
Because they were catching up.
I know,
They don't want to run the clock down.
Dak was on fire.
I know he was on fire, but I'm just saying, like, if Saquon's popping off like that, like, slow the game down because you're not working in the passing game.
No.
I mean, I'm not mad because I got Evan Ingram, and that shit paid off for me.
Right.
You're going to hear that name a lot on this podcast.
A lot more.
We all got shares of Evan Ingram. Me and this guy are in 2 leagues. We both have Evan Ingram in our other league. Shep Dog got him in this league, so
We're all big Evan Ingram fans.
you're gonna hear a lot about Evan Ingram.
But yeah, finished the week with the high score,
Yeah.
171.1. Very impressive.
Obviously got a dub.
Yeah, so we'll transition.
Alshon Jeffrey, 20 points on his bench. That's pretty notable. He's You got a deep team.
I think.
Well,
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
I don't talk a lot about your teams, but
People refuse to talk about my team,
yeah.
but
Sometimes it's underwhelming, but you know what? Week to week, man, you're getting the job done. Congrats. Let's real quick. We'll cut to the other 2 matchups. We had second place from last year, Tito. Mentioned earlier, this dude just tries to skate by. He skated
scooches
by
out wins.
in week 1. Some notable players in this game. Banghart, we mentioned earlier, he's a veteran fantasy football player. He lost Tyreek Hill in the first quarter, and he's not going to be out. He's going to be out for about 6 to 8 weeks minimum. OJ Howard, who he just picked up, he just dropped for Jared Cook. Rich, why the fuck did you drop Jared Cook? That was dumb.
for Austin Hooper.
For Austin Hooper, Rich, you're tilting.
He's an Atlanta boy now. He live in Atlanta.
That's true. That is true. He moved to Atlanta last week. He saw a couple of Hooper jerseys, and he
talked to one dude in Little Five. He talked to one dude in Little 5 Point, and then maybe hit something in the streets and made a dumb move.
Honestly, Tyler didn't have a good showing, but he had Dalvin Cook, who might be an MVP candidate. At least after week 1, he got him in the second round. 27 points, 21 carries, 111 yards.
He could be in the discussion
2
for
touchdowns.
Rushing leader because that's a run first offense.
But you know what? He's going to need that because he's got Devontae Freeman as second running back.
I had Devontae last year.
That's gross.
Worst mistake.
That's
ever made.
gross.
Gross.
But two really good receivers. He's got DeAndre Hopkins and Amari Cooper. I can't argue about that. If Cooper and the Cowboys keep doing what they're doing,
And he's got his boy down on the flex.
I hate to say it, but I
Chris Godwin.
I'm gonna say it right now. I think Dak is in the candidate for MVP at the end
He
of the
could.
year.
We'll see. We'll see. You know,
I just have like
Week 1, let's
it
not
was,
overreact.
it was week 1.
I know, but I just have a
Yeah.
feeling.
I got Gallup on my bench, so I hope that's right.
I know.
But he's got Godwin and Phillip Lindsay in his flex. Those are two good options. We'll talk a little bit more about Godwin in a little bit. But let's roll to Tito's week 1 confessional video.
Yeah, let's see that.
All right, so week 1 was good. Got a win. Back up to my old ways from last year, scooching out a couple points here, a couple points there, catching a couple breaks. So hit the waiver wire this morning, picked up Malcolm Brown. God bless Todd Gurley's knees, right? And feeling good going into week 2. I think we're gonna scooch out another win, start off 2-0, and on our way back to the finals, baby. You know, Tito Banditos.
All right, so Tito, week 1, he skates by yet again. This dude,
Nice little win.
This dude probably scored like one of the least amount of points last year and made it all the way to the championship because he wins by a cunt's hair.
Yeah.
But
Australia know that.
you guys want to go over the last matchup? You want to take over Rich and Jake?
Yeah, why don't you
Yeah.
dive into that?
Yeah, let me dive into Rich over here. He came out and Jake Keys, man. I wish we could insert one of your little your laughs.
I think we got that. Actually, roll that. I think we got it. Give us a Jada kiss, Jake Keys.
So he was my contender for high score this week. He dropped some mad points.
He did.
Rich actually showed up a little bit, but golf laid an egg for him hard.
Yeah, that was rough.
Cooks, Diggs, ugh. Yeah, Diggs. I mean, the Vikings had 98 passing yards, threw the ball 10 times. So like, that's
They still got that W though.
they got the W, but like fantasy wise, like if you have Thielen or Diggs, like you're kind of scratching your head, like what did I get myself
I don't
into?
think it's time to panic yet though, but
No.
Not on the receivers.
that's not
because-
sustainable passing it 10 times.
right.
No, not at
Right.
all. They're gonna throw the ball.
Right.
They're gonna throw the ball.
Who else he had? He had Ingram play really well for him.
Okay.
Let's go
He's
to
got
others.
Brandon Cooks and
Mark
Cooper
Ingram.
Kupp.
Before I go into Jack's team, let's have Rich kind of.
Let's see how he felt about week
He'll tell
1.
you the story a little bit real quick.
Yeah.
Yo, league mates. Should I say hoe asses? Nah, I'm just playing. But yeah, reporting live, recap video, week 1. Just moved to Atlanta, Georgia, by the way. It's hot as fuck here, but it's dope. Yeah, so yes, Jay Keys. Fuck them niggas up. Yeah, you fucked me up, boy. Whoop my ass. Just there's really no way to put it than that. You whoop my ass. Good shit. I'll get you next time. Excuse me. Let's see. Week 2, I play North Hollywood Nymphos. CJ coming for that ass. I just picked up Sean Jackson, so watch out for that. Gonna beat that ass again, or whatever. But yeah, coming. All right, Rich Gang out.
All right. So what I want to bring up is Jay Keys' big giant cojones.
Yes.
Some balls on this kid for playing Tom Brady, who goes undrafted in some leagues.
Yeah.
Over Aaron Rodgers, who was his 4th, 5th round pick.
I think it's third.
Aaron Rodgers, 16 on his bench.
He knew that was a bad matchup.
Tom Brady, 36 points. That's a good call. Takes some balls to make that move. It also takes some balls drafting Lev Bell after a year off and Todd Gurley.
Right.
After week 1, it looks all right. But sorry to give it to you, Grandpa Jack. You're playing Uncle Tone in week 2.
He got Josh Gordon too. Like
He does have Josh Gordon.
he got a bunch
But
of.
what I like in week 2 against Grandpa Jack is he's got Aaron Rodgers going against Minnesota. So I see him riding the bench again. He's going to think in his head that Tom Brady against Miami
That's what I was
is a
gonna
good
say.
matchup. Tom Brady's lost the last, I want to say like 5 out of 6 games in Miami.
Really?
And they're playing on the road.
We better fact check that one. That doesn't
Bring
sound
up
right.
the facts. I think that's right. So, it might seem like an easy play, but I see them run the ball to Sonny Michel quite a bit.
I think Sonny will get
I
off
think it's
work.
going to be a lower scoring game than people think. I think Vegas has them by 18 points. That's kind of absurd, but
So you would take Miami then?
With the 18 points, I think I would.
Oh, wow.
Hey, at the end of the day, they're an NFL team. These guys are competitive. They're going to take everything to heart. They're going to go out there and try to win a game.
You taking the Dolphins with 18 points?
I always think these in division games are like going to be close.
I agree.
Yeah.
I tend to.
But I think
that.
I
18 points.
I will take the Dolphins
3 scores.
because I will take them not to win, but like keep it
to keep it
semi-close.
within 18.
Because you also got this whole Antonio Brown shindig going on with the Patriots right now. Like, what type of camp are they running over there? It's a lot of media.
I can't believe he's
shit.
still on the team.
Me too.
Personally.
Yeah.
We'll see. what happens.
It's a
weird.
roller coaster, right? It's a circus
As
show. We'll
of
see what
now,
happens.
as of now, he's not on the commissioner exempt list. This is Friday. We're filming this. We'll see what happens. Other notable things about Jack's team here: starting 2 tight ends. He's got George Kittle and Mark Ingram.
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews, who scored 22 points week 1.
He was very high on Mark Andrews.
He was.
Yeah,
He was in my ear about him pre-draft.
I'm surprised he got George Kittle. That might be trade bait for him. He's a little
I could
weak at
see that.
receiver. I think it'd be a good move for him.
And right now the Niners are struggling.
But 2 tight ends in his lineup. The last time I had 2 tight ends in my lineup was in Put-in Bay in 2014. It worked out pretty well for me, but I don't think it's going to work out for Jack this week. We'll see. I don't know. I'm just saying. Who you guys got next week?
Next week, actually it would kind of be this week, technically, week 2. I am playing Randinho Savage, Ranger the Robot.
Coming off a tough loss.
Coming off a really tough loss to Uncle Town. Last night he had a very poor showing from Mike Evans, and the Panthers defense did their thing. They had 11 points, but yeah, I started Cam again last night, guys, and I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm a grown man and I'm scared of Cam Newton.
How many points did he give you last night?
He got me 18 points, but
Okay.
they were very weak. We all watched the game together. That was hard to watch.
People that didn't watch that game aren't going to freak out about Cam.
They should.
We watched that game. He was a statue.
Take the advice.
Stay away.
Stay away
This
from
dude
Cam
dropped
Newton.
back 2 steps and did not move.
He refused to step up in the pocket and throw and pass.
As an Italiano, he had concrete boots on. If they threw that motherfucker in water, he's dead.
Yeah, he was done for. That outfit he was wearing,
Medea, playing like Medea.
I should have known from that moment that guy's not doing anything right.
Yeah.
So that was
I played him in my
lapse of judgment on my part.
I feel your pain there.
He is no longer going to be a part of the Headbang Gang.
Why don't you fill us in on who you're looking
There's
at?
a lot of...
Is it a little early to
It's a little early. I might have done a hype video on him earlier this week.
Okay.
But I'm a big
Can we insert the hype video right here?
If we want, let's insert my hype
Let's
video.
throw it in there.
Mr. Minshew. Gardner, Mr. Minshew. This cat came in when Big Dick Nick Foles went out of the game, put the team on his back, threw 12 completions in a row, went 22 for 25, 275, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's as good as it can get coming off the bench as a rookie. And I heard stories about this dude's grandpa wanted to call him Beowulf. You guys know who Beowulf is? Scandinavian epic poem. Dude kills a dragon. Now, I'm not saying he's a dragon slayer or the next Tom Brady, but I'm also not saying that. Anyways, keep your eyes out for this dude. He's the real deal.
Gardner. You know what? I hope this motherfucker's right, because I got D.D. Westbrook in my flex. I spent high draft capital on D.D. I need this to pan out.
Yeah, so some would call him Beowulf, some call him the Secret Garden. Either way, he's got a little bit of magic in him. There's a little bit of
the
fairy tale in this guy.
Maybe the Savage Garden.
Maybe the Savage Garden. Who knows?
Is he a Savage Patch Kid?
He could be.
Might be. We've recently discovered that SETI, he doesn't even realize it, but he's low key a Jacksonville fan.
I really am.
This dude loves all Jaguars.
Year after year.
You want to know where it really stems back to? Let's go back 3 years. 3 years ago, I was in another fantasy football league, not this one, where I rode Blake Bortles, where they actually went to the
BB gun.
to the AFC Championship game, but they lost in that game. That dude had a lot of garbage points.
He does.
He finished the fantasy football years like a fantasy football player number 5.
Yeah, he
I
did.
was a big fan of them back then because I was riding his coattails through the fantasy football playoffs.
Yep.
It worked out really well for me, but yeah, I don't know what it is about them. Maybe I want to buy the Jaguars. Maybe I don't. Who knows? Maybe
We're moving them to London, baby.
Maybe I want to move to London.
No,
Maybe
Jaguars.
Toronto Toads.
The Toronto Toads. Stay tuned for that one.
2035 Toronto Toads take over the NFL.
Yep.
But yeah, that's who I'm facing week 2. Ranger the Robot. He's in trouble.
Yeah. If he starts 0-2, he's gonna start tilting.
He will tilt.
And I'm gonna
He's
get in
a
them
big tilter.
DMs for some trades. Shep, who you got?
Yeah, who do you
I
got?
have Matt, Bang Art, discount, double points. I'm really happy so far because he played Jameis and OJ last night, and he was so high on Jameis going into the draft.
He really
I'm like,
was. For
I'm
what reason?
shooting the shit with them.
It was Bruce Arians.
It's Bruce Arians for sure, and who knows? Maybe Jameis. I mean, compared to
He looked
compared
good
to
last
Cam,
night.
He looked a lot better.
He
than
wasn't
Cam.
good fantasy wise. He looked like a good NFL quarterback. He didn't turn the ball over.
Right, which we know is Jameis's.
Maybe not good, but it was okay.
I mean, I'm just judging off of last night's game. Like,
You know what he got? You got the dub.
But I mean, other than Jameis and OJ playing for him, I'm at the battle number 1 Sammy Watkins now.
Oof.
The Lizard King.
Lightning Camara.
Sammy Watkins.
That won't scare me more.
The Lizard King himself. 42.3 points on average last week as the wide receiver 1. Tyreek Hill's out. I got Kelsey. I like the Kelsey shares, but
This kind of goes into like a thing that's kind of happening. I know you guys wanted to rub salt in my wounds. The trade I have Barber on my bench for Tampa Bay, who had 15 points for me.
He had a decent showing last
24 touches, which I'm all about.
Yeah.
My strategy is to get people who
You want to have value players. Yeah.
So you guys want to, burn me a little bit, rub salt in the wounds about some shit that went down today.
Oh yeah. Vargas sent the trade out to Tito, and Tito wasn't too happy about it. Let's see if we can insert that tweet right here and show it.
I'll even show some of our conversation right here as well.
Yeah. So Tito hit us up on the Fantasy Football Guardians, FF Guardians on Twitter. Tito wrote in, FF Guardians. Some asshat in my fantasy league tried to offer me Kenny G and Peyton Barber for Amari Cooper and Kenyon Drake and $15 of waiver money.
Did you really throw in $15?
Audacity of $15 of waiver money.
I threw in $15 of waiver money.
After you were trying to get him over with Amari.
Well,
You're a Cowboys
part of
fan.
this
We
is-
know what you're doing.
Yeah.
part of this
Not
is
a
kind
secret.
of there was also another trade that he declined where I threw in Damian Williams into the mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
More respectable.
But
So-
Shepdog, go ahead. You weren't very happy about his public shaming of this trade.
Public shaming pissed me off at a bad time, and I don't know what was had me all grumpy about. But
Shepdog needed a sad burger.
I also was mad in the conversation. Me and Tyler both left at the same time, and he sent a GIF. Maybe we can kind of clip part of it. It's the one with 50 Cent kind of laughing, drives away. But he drives away, and who's in the back seat? Fucking Bert from Sesame Street. And I'm just sitting there fuming at work, about to throw my phone. So, you know what, Tyler? You got over today in this little text banter we have, but we'll see at the end of the season.
We'll see who's really laughing.
See who's really laughing.
Hey.
Because I'm still coming for a Cowboys receiver.
Tyler's one of the 4-1-0 undefeated owners, so
He is.
we'll see what happens.
You guys might get a little surprise guest action from Tito later in the year.
Oh, yeah.
So stay tuned.
We'll definitely have Tito in here.
Yeah.
Prepare for some Steeler jerseys when he shows up.
So we want to go over notable waiver wire pickups. If you're not familiar, we do the Fab system, free agent acquisition.
Best system
budget.
out there.
It's the best system out there. Don't do waiver priority where no nobody gets a shot. You only get a shot if you don't pick up people throughout the year. We use a $100 waiver. You get that budget throughout the entire year. If you run out of money, you got to play $0 bids. You're probably not getting anybody that's notable.
Right. Whoever doesn't want those guys.
That being said, $100 budget for the year. Shep Dog here dropped Deshaun Jackson in the middle of the first half.
He did. He was a hot pickup on the waiver wire.
So keep in mind, $100 budget for a year. Our boy Rich.
The Rich Boys.
Wasn't risking not getting Deshaun Jackson. He put up $50.
Half of his budget.
Half of his budget.
On a flex player.
So the way that this works, Fab, you put in an anonymous bid, you don't know what other people are bidding, you're just throwing it out there. His next highest bidder was Randy at 16.
Yeah.
Which
so
means
a
he wasted
$17 bid would have won.
$34.
Ouch.
More than a third of his budget.
Yeah.
So that's the most notable. I don't blame him. You know, if you need a receiver, you need a receiver.
I mean, in all honesty, I mean, say Deshaun Jackson continues to play pretty well, pays
He's
off,
with Philly.
or maybe he finds a buyer and sells him for $20 on the Fab.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can always do.
And then the owner that dropped Deshaun Jackson, Shep Dog himself, apparently he needed a receiver. Weird.
I didn't need a receiver, but I saw somebody who, Hollywood Brown, who I know is out there. Go check his Twitter. He's got his Twitch account logged onto it.
Is he a gamer?
He's a gamer.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. You're lucky I didn't know that.
Right.
So I wanted to put a bid in for him.
I threw.
You wouldn't have thrown down $31.
Nah, I wasn't throwing down $31.
Yeah, see, my strategy is, spend big in the beginning of the year.
Hollywood Brown actually, his rookie game, first game in the NFL season, what did he play? 12 snaps?
12 snaps total.
Played 12 snaps. Ended up as the ninth player of the week with 28.7 points.
It was an impressive
2
shot.
touchdowns. Every time he was out there, he was catching the rock and taking it to the house. He looks very good.
He looks nice.
What was the next closest bid on that one? $20. So he wasted $11. It's not bad.
That's
Randy was going for receivers, which I don't blame
I mean,
him
if Randy would
because
have got
Mike
everybody
Evans.
he tried to go for, he would have ended up spending close to $40 Fab dollars.
Who else?
Unless he just put his waivers in for the same person. Then
He tried to go for my guy here too.
I
picked up TJ.
It's funny because me and Seti work out together. We talk a lot of fantasy football. After those games, I was talking a lot about TJ Hawkins. He's like, "Oh, you think
He's
TJ?
alright.
He's okay.
He's alright.
I guess he's all right."
I knew about TJ already.
And I already
That's
have
not
Kelsey.
mistaken.
I'm not one to waiver 2 tight ends. He's got Delaney, old man Walker. So you never know how long that dude's gonna last. So he put in a $17 bid.
It was a strong move by me.
He left $11 on the table. I don't blame you. I'll put $11.
I personally, I have Kenny G on my team. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw TJ being number 1 all year and seeing the option for you to flex TJ while keeping Walker.
It could be an option.
Yeah.
I hope it opens it up for my boy Carry On. I don't have Carry On in this league. I got him in my other league. Carry On has always been one of my guys. I believe in the talent there, so I'm hoping TJ opens it up a little bit, give Carry On the rock a little bit more. And then, what do you know? A blast from the past. Shep Dog puts an $11 waiver for his boy Chris Thompson. Why didn't you just draft Chris Thompson?
You should have.
Please answer this question.
Yeah,
Speaking
why?
to the microphone.
Was he not on your radar?
No, he definitely was. But when it came down to the end of the draft, I probably should take a kicker in defense, even though I'm not about carrying a kicker on my team. So I just decided to pick up a kicker in a defense where in the rounds that I knew I was probably gonna take Chris Thompson, but I also knew he was gonna be there. I knew he was gonna be there. He is my boy. Every year I got Chris Thompson on my team.
Every year.
And we have an IR spot, so even if Chris Thompson follows the same pattern, gets hurt.
Suit.
I will keep him on my team in the IR spot just out of pure loyalty.
And then I came in. I like grabbing flyers. I'm like Shep. I'll keep about 3 bench players that are sitting there. Some league winners. I got Singletary. I got David Montgomery. A few others that I'm just kind of riding out for now. See what happens. But I like taking flyers. Robbie Anderson's been on my radar all year. Shep Dog dropped him in the first half. You guys know how I feel about the Jets. I think they're going to improve this year.
Now with homeboy getting mono.
Yeah. So
Homeboy got mono.
yeah,
They said he could be out up to 4
Darnold's
weeks.
been clapping booty cheeks in his face at the strip club, necking with these strippers, and he got mono. He's in New York.
You know
Can
what?
you blame the kid?
I vouch.
I got pink eye in Vegas.
He did. I was there.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't blame that guy.
First night.
And I'm broke.
First night.
I'm
I
broke.
went back and did it again the next day.
This dude's 22 with millions of dollars. I'm surprised he didn't catch anything worse than mono.
He
to be
might
honest.
probably just have a secret, shot.
Yeah, they're probably
by
just
the
saying it's
trainer.
mono.
Yeah.
Go with DJ McKissick on him.
But
anyways,
moving
Robbie
on.
Anderson, 7 targets. If he comes down with one of those big targets, he puts up 15 points for the week.
How do you
I'm
feel-
gonna write him out for a little bit.
How do you feel about them trading for Demaryius Thomas?
I think Demaryius is washed. I think he's a bench.
Talk about
He might get a couple snaps again.
Talk about red zone. Robbie's a big guy for them. He's a skinny
Yeah.
dude. But Demaryius, the Jets have always had red zone receivers.
But Demaryius is a possession guy. If anything, he's going to take away from Jameson Crowder.
I think he's
Yeah.
gonna take away touchdowns.
He's definitely taking those targets.
He's taking away small, not high-performing touches.
I was
Robbie
surprised.
Anderson goes for the 50-yard bombs. He's the Deshaun
Yeah.
Jackson of the team.
Right.
I don't think DT is taking anything away.
I was surprised people were all over Jamison Crowder in both my leagues because he had 17 targets, but come on, let's be honest, 17 targets is not sustainable.
It's not sustainable.
No.
And he
had a
didn't do
good
anything
one.
with them.
Right, exactly.
He didn't do anything with them.
It's going to shrink down to, he might keep 9 to 10. That's still high.
Le'Veon's going to work in that
Yeah.
short range. He's going to take away from him. They got Demaryius Thomas there that might take away something. Anunwa's out. That hurts him, definitely. I was big on Anunwa last year. I think the boy's talented. He can't stay on the field, unfortunately. But, the Jets, they're going against the Brownies on Monday night. We all know how the Brownies show up on primetime games. I'm expecting a big bounce back from my boy Baker. They always do. They always do.
Okay.
And this is gonna be a nice game to pick up a little bit of steam, and we'll see what happens.
I hear you. If they don't win that game, there will be a lot of angry people.
There might be rioting in Cleveland. People expected a lot of this team.
Oh,
the Jets
we
are
suck
hurt.
again.
The Jets are hurt, which scares me because it adds pressure to everybody.
It does.
We got a first-time head coach. They were not disciplined. We had a lot of penalties. We got a new offensive line that looks like absolute shit.
Yeah.
Baker kind of looked like Cam out there. He was holding the ball. He's not moving.
Yeah.
Don't let me get on a rant about the
No, it's
Browns.
not.
We're gonna
It's
win. We're gonna look great. Another notable pickups. Banghart got your boy.
Yeah, Scary Terry.
Ohio State
McLaurin.
Buckeye. Scary
Yeah,
Terry.
I was high on Scary Terry. Didn't put a bid in for him though because I've already got Allen Robinson on my bench.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm a big believer. I have 6 running backs.
Yeah.
3 of them on my bench. 3 of them
You
are
do.
starting. So, I got TJ on the bench and then I got Allen. That's
Yeah.
that's all my bench spots.
Yeah.
I'm not losing. I would rather invest more into my running backs than I wouldn't do. My receivers are alright.
Yeah.
He
he'll
was
be
a
fine.
great guy. If I needed a receiver, I probably would have reached for
And
him.
you know what? Every
I did
single
get
week,
him in my other week though.
every single week, there's a receiver that you can pick up.
Oh, for sure.
There's hardly ever running backs, which leads
No.
me to my next point. A free pickup, Malcolm Brown by T-Dub.
That was a good move by him.
I kind of regret not going in for him
I
because
know.
I
wanted to.
lost Tevin Coleman. He's on my IR spot.
It's just
That's
a lot
one of
up
my-
in the air. We're not sure if Todd Gurley's back to his more.
I don't believe in Malcolm Brown. I'm not
I don't
gonna
either.
lie. He got 2
Why
good
go for it?
touches that he ran in for touchdowns.
He vultured 2 touchdowns.
They're working in Henderson as well. I don't think he's going to do a whole lot, but hey, it's worth the flyer. If anything happens to Gurley, Malcolm Brown's a top 10 running back. Easy.
Sure.
Easy.
Yeah.
All right. So that goes over our free agent acquisition budget.
Yeah.
Last but not least, boys.
Yeah, I think it's time.
It's time.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we had something in the middle of this table during this whole video, so it's time to bust this sucker out. We have here a Ouija board discovered on the Kepler 22b planet from another galaxy. Came to us through a space-time continuum machine, and
Transfunction, huh?
we're gonna pray to the fantasy gods and see what we can't get out of this. All right, everyone.
Ouija, are you with me? Ouija board, where will Evan Ingram land in the tight end rankings after week 2?
It's a 1.
Holy shit.
It's a 1.
It's a 1. You heard it here first. Evan Ingram, locked and loaded, tight end start of the week.
Number 1 spot, Evan Ingram. Boys, let's pray. Dear football gods, please grant Evan Ingram peace, health, and wealth, baby.
And
Let's
prosperity.
Go.
All right.
Outro.
And that will do it for us here in Columbus, Ohio. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Tune in next week for week 2
We'll see you
recap
motherfuckers next week.
of the Guardians of the Gridiron.
2-0, baby. Let's
Check us
go.
out on Twitter and Instagram.
FF